What's going on, everybody? My name is John Stamper, and I'm here live in San Antonio. It is Dr. Scott Luna's Breakaway Seminars Business Masters this weekend, day one, and I want to continue to spend time with the companies that are here, that are talking about their products and services inside the seminar room, and very excited to be with Julia Duncan from Curve Dental. How you doing, Julia?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great, and we were just laughing because I can tend to talk pretty fast. I wanted to make sure I didn't say Julia Roberts. I don't think that would have been a bad thing, right? You would have been cool with that.
I would take that all day.
Okay, all right. But for people that actually need to contact Curve and talk to Julia, it's Julia Duncan. And how you doing?
I'm doing well. Just
Good.
Excited to be here. I always appreciate Dr. Luna's perspective on everything. He's just so knowledgeable and engaging. So
yeah,
very
I tell people all the time that it's really neat for the companies because it's not too often that you have like a sponsor at an event and you actually stay in where the lecture is going on because it's interesting and engaging, which you were talking about. But let's talk about Curve. So a lot of exciting things that you guys are doing at Curve Dental, and share with everybody what you're most excited about, and then you can kind of tie that into some of the conversations you're having inside.
Yeah, absolutely. So to give you all a little background on Curve Dental, we're a comprehensive cloud-based solution. I like to say comprehensive just because we include everything from your scheduling all the way up to your billing and collections and everything in between. But we are pretty flexible in regards to different integrations as well. We actually are one of the most flexible cloud-based solutions too, so we give you some room for customization if that's necessary for your team. But as far as the industry in general, I think it's really exciting to see the shift. I think people are finally truly understanding the direct and indirect benefits that the cloud brings, whether that be in profits, it's improved operations at the end of the day. So again, people are finally starting to get it, and they're understanding why all the other industries are in the cloud.
And they're not asking, are they anymore, like, is there actually, the cloud is in the sky? Like, they don't ask that question anymore?
They don't. They've figured it out.
Server.
Progress, I know. But again, it's great to just see that exposure. It took quite some time to get here, but we're really excited about it and what that's going to bring to dental.
Yeah, and you've quickly been, having practices use it, and like you mentioned, it's comprehensive in nature. What are some of the feedback that you get from customers? I like to ask the first maybe 30 to 90 days when they use it. What is some of the feedback that you get of the things that they get excited about most?
Absolutely. Well, I can't speak highly enough about the implementation team. They're incredible. I mean, we've been doing it for 2 decades now, and we make it really personal, and I think that's really important for these people. We provide extensive trainings before they get a full team, and then they even receive trainings after, just to ensure that they genuinely know how to use the software. We really hold their hand, walk them through, and it is really funny because I feel like people understand that a PMS change, it is a big deal. But at the end of the day, we make it really as easy as possible.
Right.
And we actually have an average fluency rate of 3 to 4 days. And so people are pretty amazed to see how easy it is to adopt and just improve their overall workflows as well. So the feedback's really been overwhelmingly positive.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you've heard over the years. To switch is hard.
Absolutely.
Even when you're excited about some of the different features or what have you. So the training is a big piece. We were talking about this. What type of questions are the attendees here asking?
Absolutely. Well, the conversations definitely have shifted. I've been with Curve since September, and I can even say the conversations then are entirely different than how they are now. Because again, people understand what the cloud is now. They understand some of the, overall benefits of it, but now the conversation has really shifted to why Curve in comparison to all the other cloud-based solutions on the market as of now, and just really diving into that.
Yeah, so it's safe to say the awareness is out there.
Absolutely.
Right, in the dental industry, and I think that's exciting. And then talk a little bit about, you were talking about, again, the comprehensive nature. What are some of the features that a lot of the practices are using more often? Not so much because they don't want to use the other ones, but you just maybe find them gravitating to those.
Sure. I mean, I would say imaging, I would say for the most part, is a huge deal to have that within the software. Just because people that use bridges, I mean, they fail a lot. That happens. Not saying that, that would happen all the time with they wanted to use that third-party integration. But a lot of the issues that we see when you're integrating all these different pieces, the bridge can fail. And then you run into the problem of who do you call, right? Are you going to call that third-party imaging software? Are you going to call the PMS? Do you have to bring in IT? It just ends up being a huge headache at the end of the day. So I think people are really starting to exercise and take advantage of that internal imaging as well.
Yeah, and then the other thing I was curious about as well is for the practices that have now committed to the cloud.
Yeah.
What are some things about them not being tethered anymore to having the server in the practice? I mean, is there...
It's a huge deal.
Jokes around the office that you guys hear, like, like server parties of taking them out back?
Genuinely. I mean, even today I heard the craziest story. One of the gentlemen that I spoke with came up and he said that he wanted to look to the cloud because one of his friends, someone broke in and stole their server and just snuck it out the window. So you'd be amazed to see the type of stories. It's incredible. And that's something that they're not going to have to worry about anymore. They're not going to have to worry about security. As we know, healthcare and dental is being really heavily targeted right now. And so they can have peace of mind that their data and their patients' data is going to be secure and safe. And that's not something that they're going to have to worry about monitoring anymore. And I think that's a really important element. And then as far as the cloud as well, something that I think our users are really enjoying are a lot of the indirect benefits. For example, just having those improved operations. You're seeing improved efficiency, and that just gives you so much more time to be with the patient and to take over different responsibilities. And like even Dr. Luna mentioned today, a lot of people don't answer the phone. I think he even dropped the statistic that 32% of phone calls are unanswered. And a lot of times that's because, they're dealing with the bottlenecks of an outdated software. So when you get that time back, you're going to be able to answer the phone. You're going to be able to bring in more patients. You're going to be able to spend time with those patients. And also the staff are just going to be happier because that's the best part about the job, right? Is enjoying the patients and being with them. And so a lot of those pieces, I think, are what makes the cloud really valuable.
You also talked about the flexibility. You have some exciting new partnerships, just companies that you all are working with. I know, Pearl is one of those.
Absolutely.
And, talk about what that has been like for all of you to, have those partnerships where a lot of these different newer technologies that dental practices are excited about that can work in conjunction with Curve Dental.
Absolutely. I mean, it's really thrilling, again, to see the technological advances that we're seeing in the industry right now, and especially with AI being introduced. And that's something I really appreciate about Curve as well, is we're always very open-minded and we want to promote other advanced software that's hitting the market right now. And working with an AI, I mean, it's going to be, industry changing. I think we're already aware of that, but in the sense that, we all know diagnosis is one of the main pillars that brings profits into the dental space. And also that's what's going to be best for the patient at the end of the day. So it's exciting to see how it's making dentists identify and pick out different pieces, in a better way. They're not missing items anymore. They're able to treat those patients. And even with case acceptance, as I'm sure you're aware of, being able to have that visual and see it, that makes a big difference. They have that understanding of, okay, there actually is a problem. And I do need to move forward with treatment. So it's really exciting to see that Curve just immediately hopped on that. They recognized it, and we wanted to make it a part of our offering.
Streamline those processes and, like you said, make it easy for the practice. All right, so you mentioned training and how important that is to all of you. Can you talk about and let everybody know, when somebody decides to move forward with Curve, like what is that process? What's that onboarding process?
Yeah, absolutely. And that is also customizable too, especially for different dental groups. We do offer on-site training. I know some people really appreciate that, and just like having someone literally hold their hand in the office. So we offer that. And a lot of people do end up moving in that direction, or we can do it virtually. and you're still going to have a tremendous amount of help there.
Yeah.
So again, like I mentioned, the trainings before the conversion, after the conversion. So we do the transition in 2 runs. One is just a preliminary, just so they can double check everything, and before doing the final conversion.
Yeah.
But when they're moving from, some of the major legacy systems, they can move over as quickly as 1 month and just be up and running at full capacity.
Yeah, and you hear that a lot, and like you mentioned, that's a big deal, right? That minimizes that decision making of like what they're going to do, when they know that it's easy. So,
Absolutely.
Well, awesome. Let everybody know where they can learn more about Curve,
Sure.
and then what's the best way for them to get in touch to like do a demo or however all that works.
Absolutely. Well, more than welcome to visit our website. You can just look up Curve Dental and immediately go to the page and request a demonstration. You can always reach out to me. My name is Julia Duncan. My phone number is going to be 470-333-5858. So you're welcome to reach out to me whenever you like, or again, you're more than welcome to visit our page.
Well, Julia, thanks so much. Again, congratulations on all the success that you guys are having. Thanks for being here. I know Dr. Luna really appreciates it, appreciates the support. And other than that, just good luck as you guys are continuing to take care of your practices. And I'm sure there'll be some evolving features that you guys will continue to add that at a future Breakaway we could talk about.
Most definitely. Yeah. New releases every single month.
Awesome.
So it's exciting to see.
Well, thanks so much for coming on, and thanks for watching, everybody.
Absolutely. Thank you.